everyone. Welcome back to another podcast with TruTrade. I want to introduce Brian Nutt. He's one of the co-founders of TruTrade. And for all of you, I'm Dan Rebello. And I want to introduce you to Joel Landy. He's been with us for about 4 years now. And I wanted to, and we invited him. He flew all the way over here from Georgia. So we're happy to have Joel. And how was flight, Joel?
Good. The flight was a nightmare.
It was.
It was. I'll spare the audience there, but it's good to be together. I appreciate both of you guys having me on the podcast. And we were talking earlier over lunch about what's happened here in the company, TruTrade, and it's just it's exciting stuff. And I don't know how much you guys leak out. We're not going to talk about the secret sauce today, but I know that in the last couple of years, the company it's pivoted. It's gotten some phenomenal traction. You guys have won credibility across multiple platforms. And I just wanted to get a feel, like, how did that happen? Like, what's changed in the last couple of years for you guys that's really set the company on a really healthy trajectory?
Yeah, if you don't mind, Brian. Yeah, so what's changed is how the users are utilizing our software, and it's not just trading, it's how a user is using it from day to day. So when we develop software, it's not so much to make it just more effective, it's actually how to make it more intuitive for all the individuals, and there's so many different walks of life out there. So day to day is tough. Life's not an easy thing sometimes. Some of us have families, some of us don't, in regards to personal close family, or our extended family. In between holidays and our workload and dropping the kids off and working, it's daunting. So when we build platforms, it's not just to be effective, but it's to kind of blend with the day-to-day life from many types of clientele. Some would be investors, some want to day trade, some want to make extra money. And so as we develop products with TruTrade, we're always keeping that in mind. And when we started this back in 2019, we started where it was chart-based, and we were focused more on that hardcore type trader. And as we've evolved, and it's almost towards the end of 2024 now, it's evolved to where we're deploying our product over a cell phone, and all of our AI functionality is built on servers, which is not on the client's computer anymore. It's built here, and we're actually able to deliver a lot larger platforms, and not storing it again on the individual user. So that allows us to release our very higher end product, because it's hard to deliver a platform for $5,000 or $10,000, $15,000. And be able to be so robust that it adheres to the market. That's just, it's just, at the end of the day, the market's there to try to take our money, right? So what we really wanted to do was start to utilize what we trade with, but it was hard to get it to the end user. There's a lot of the capabilities, let's say, from Ninja or various other platforms. It wasn't allowing us to show actually what we can really do. Well, you fast forward today, and now we're able to provide multi-million-dollar platforms into a server, which transforms into a mobile phone. And so it's for the clients that don't have that much money or know-how, it's changed. So that's where it really evolved. We've gone in from having a trading company into mostly for like a company that provides sound investments, sound trades, where now they're not even choosing what to trade, how to trade it, when to exit those trades, when to trade. Am I going to trade tonight? Am I going to trade in the morning? We've basically taken that away.
It's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, basically what we've done here is that we've listened to our customers, we use the products ourselves, we use what we sell, so it's just a constant state of evolution. So obviously we started, like Dan was saying, we started out with the chart-based stuff. It was basically, it required you to bring some skills to the table, whereas the new stuff that we sell doesn't require anything from you, other than the cash to purchase the bot. Because essentially what we've discovered is that for the general public to be successful, they have to be removed from the equation. They are the problem, not the software. So if we sell you the best possible piece of software that we can build, and you don't know how to manage risk, it won't matter. You'll still lose all your money. You'll have highs and lows. You'll make money one day, lose it all the next, but you won't be consistent because you don't know how to manage risk. So inherently, most traders, they're going to over leverage. 95% of people that call us, if we let them manage risk on their own, they will always invariably over leverage. So let's say, for example, you wanted to buy a bot. This is like the best. Like, say you bought Ripper XAI, for example, and you had a $10,000 account, and you were trading 5 in Q per trade, basically risking over $1,000 per trade, which is 10% of your account balance, which is just way too high. So that was a common problem that we had. And now that prop accounts have become mainstream and the prop capital is available, it's allowed the general public, the mainstream consumer, the 95% of the public, to play the same game that big money is playing by using prop money instead of their own. So this is a big game changer because now you can say, let's say you have, for example, 300,000 in prop capital. Our bots go for an average of 0.5% per day with the Ripple One AI prop edition. So for example, 300K at 0.5% would be a $1,500 day. So you can have a 4-figure day by risking only 0.5%. This is a game changer because before that, to get $1,500 out of a $10,000 account, you have to swing 15%. And that you're going to crash and burn. That's not sustainable. But you have to take that kind of excessive, reckless risk to make any real money if you don't have any money. So the prop accounts used responsibly, paired with Ripple One AI Prop Edition, allows the average person to make big money by taking small risks, which is what the smart money does. The dumb money takes big risks with small accounts. Smart money takes small risks with big accounts. So if you want to be on the smart money side and actually make consistent money and make a living trading, you've got to play the same game. And if you don't have at least a decent amount of liquid cash, 30,000 plus, there are some exceptions to this, but we'll get into that later in future podcasts. But essentially, if you don't have a lot of liquidity, which most people don't, then this game is off limits for you if you want to be consistent. So you need to use prop accounts, and that's totally fine. But the math has to work. So when most people trade, they're just flying off of hope. And the best bot in the world won't help you. People sell it to them, it didn't work in the past. It was this XYZ company. Blah, 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 whatever. But if you dig deeper into what their rationale is and their explanation, their excuse, you're essentially getting a situation where they bought a tool, which may or may not have been that great, but they over leveraged because they wanted to get rich quick and they didn't have any money. They wanted to go from A to B in 2 seconds and they just fly off the track every time. So that's the main thing we do here at TruTrade is we want the customer to be successful to win. So to do that, you have to trade a specific way. If you over leverage, it does not matter how good the bot is, how good your system is, it's over from the square one. So yeah, go ahead. That's great.
That's exactly what it is. And I think it was, when was it, Brian? Was it like February of 2023, I think, where we really started to quantum leap what we were delivering. We actually, I don't want to say stalled out the company, but we started to go down the road of what we're talking about here with we call it the chartless, but we started going down the road of, how do we help our clients mitigate the risk to kind of protect them from themselves. And I don't mean that negatively, but as a company, we're here to grow, and it's not just about being capitalists. We all like to make money. We also want to do this with the moral compass, and we also want to do this to where we're helping everyone, because we're here to make everybody money. We're not here just to sell as many products as we are. If that was the case, we would have a product that was $5,000 and sell it globally and sell the company in about a year. That's not our focus. It's never been our focus. It's not our focus now. It's not our focus in the near future. Our focus is to deliver the automation for the average person to legitimately make money without blowing out whether their broker account or, let's say, their prop account. We're here to consistently make an even equity curve, so it's even and it's effective, and that's what we set out to do. And what was it? It had to be about March, I think, right? It was like March 2023, where we really were we kind of stepped back a little bit with the marketing.
Basically, we just sat back and look. We have some of our customers make big money, some of them are not making money. What's the common denominator? And the common denominator is risk management.
Yes.
Most traders, when you trade by hand, clicking a mouse the hard way, you learn what not to do. When you learn not how to over leverage. So when you over leverage, it's it. It doesn't matter. It's case closed. You're done. So most people, if left to their own devices, when you sell them a tool, they're going to do that. They're like, I want to get rich right now. I want to watch my mortgage payments swing around on the screen, and that's not going to be viable. You have to be able to basically risk, if you're swinging more than 1-2% of your account equity in a single day or session, it's too much. You're over leveraged.
Can I jump in real quick? You made a really good point, and this has to do with what we're talking about. So when you were talking about, some of our larger traders, right? the ones that over leverage mostly are the ones that are trying to move so fast, and they over leverage because making a couple $100 doesn't change your life.
Yeah, but they do that because they have to do that with their limited resource to make the juice worth the squeeze.
Exactly.
Because making 1% per day on 10,000 is $100 a day. It's going to pay your DoorDash bill.
And then,
you can't do anything with that.
More of our wealthier clients. They listen more and they don't touch it. They're
sort of. I mean.
Well, you know what I mean. But my point is that half of our clients don't over leverage, the other half over leverage.
Well,
but the correlation there.
But none of them do with the Ripple AI because the risk with the multiplier system, you set it to a percentage of the account and press go and that's it. And that's where I'm going with this.
Again, we weren't talking about Ripple AI, but yes, you are correct.
Well, but Ripple AI was engineered to solve this problem.
Yes.
That's where we're going with this. That's what we're trying to segue into that.
Yeah. So when we came up with these products, it's to help you, the trader, and our products they used to be as good as the client using them. So as we evolve, which is what we're talking about now, is as we evolve with the new products, Joel, now it's very difficult for somebody to over leverage because of the way that we build our platforms now. We legitimately want someone to have a very good experience.
Yeah.
And we're doing something that's very difficult to do.
Yeah.
We're taking a non-trader and making them effective.
Yeah.
Which is extremely difficult. And we took that challenge.
Yeah.
And I think we're doing a fantastic job. It's challenging every single day.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I mean, we do it with the best intentions in mind, and I think we're doing a really, really good job. We have some great things that are coming out here towards the end of this year that are be groundbreaking as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we can't talk about that right now, but yeah, I mean, I'm happy where we are.
Yeah.
I really am. I'm really happy where we are, and as you know, we're about to go on national TV here, and we're about to be on Fox Business and various other channels here, and I'm really proud of where we are. Joel's been with us almost from the beginning. Almost.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's been a great run.
Yeah, from I think it was the end of 2021. I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. It's been a great run, and quite frankly, I don't think we even gotten started yet. I think we've came to a place with this company where we can actually see what we've accomplished. It's been a really tough road. As I'll let you know, a lot of you guys have your own businesses. You can tell it just never stops. But I think we're in a really good spot. Yeah. I really do.
I want to jump in on a thought. You mentioned earlier difficulty. And I think one of the keys that makes something like this successful is taking something that's complex and making it simple. And I want to talk to, if you're a viewer and maybe you're new and maybe you're on the fence, but we've developed an innovative strategy for investing that is driven by AI. And I think what the brains to the left and to the right have taken something that really it can be complex and has simplified it. And I was wondering if you guys could speak to that, and maybe you've already touched on it, but we don't need to know what makes this complex. How did you make it simple?
Well, that's what I was trying to get to.
Yeah, I want to know
about 5 minutes ago.
And you're going to answer this, and I have to say this. This is where this is what makes us great partners, right?
Yeah.
Brian's brilliant, and I think with anything, any genius makes things simplistic.
Correct.
And that's why I brought up March of 2023.
Right.
Because when we started these products, Brian kept coming back with different functionality of our platform, and every bit of it was just that. And it was a genius way of doing it to make it to where you click a button.
Right.
And that is, I'll let him talk to it, but that is where we hit a home run with that.
Yeah.
It's like, well, wait a second. Wow, now everybody can do it. Not just traders. And that's where we are as a company. We're not here to sell our products to traders. We're here to sell our products globally.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter which language you speak, which type of dollar you spend. We're gonna make a.
As long as the check clears.
So Brian,
but I wanted to talk about this.
Yeah.
The bottom line is that we've over the last almost 7 years we've been doing this now. We've been doing this for 20 years, but selling the public now for about 7. We've come to the realization that if risk management is everything, And that's the hard part that most traders, like I said, left to their own devices, they are going to mess that up, and then they're going to blame the vendor. Oh, you sold me this bot, it didn't work, blah, 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 because you over leverage and use it properly. So we want to give the client enough freedom to like choose the system, choose their account balance, the on-off switch, and have the ability to make some choices, but not the decisions that are going to affect the outcome of the system. Like for example, stop placed here, target placed here. If left to their own devices, the consumer will screw that up unless they're a veteran trader and they came to us with that experience already in their pocket. Which, like I said, we're at this point now where everybody wants to be a trader. But what they really want is a trader's lifestyle, the trader's money, trader's free time. They don't want to get in the trenches and fight. That's a tough business. We make it look easy. It's not easy at all. So the general public, they think it's easy. Look at the chart on the left side, and they say, oh, look at these runs, all this blah. And then they look at the right side while it's moving, and it's like, oh, this is a lot harder than I thought. Because it's got to be math-based. You've got to make decisions based on numbers, and most people have the discipline, the time, the brains, the resources, all the above. But we're at this point now where it doesn't matter. Like in 2024, right here, right now, in August 24, we're talking to you, the technology has progressed to the point where it's now better than us. Like for example, with Ripple One AI, you can trade right now up to 6 different systems simultaneously, all trading different markets, different times with different algorithms, like a trend-based, a meme version, a scalp, a breakout, zone, stuff like that. So this is portfolio management software. It's not just a bot that just trades the NQ or trades XYZ stock or Forex. It's trading that whole cohesive portfolio all at the same time, managing risk on each trade, each account, and then all the accounts combined all in one hole. So you can have 6 different real money or prop accounts all running, trading different things at different times for different reasons, and your P&L at the end of the day is the sum of all those individual moving parts. This is something that's never been done before. So no matter how good you are at clicking a mouse, because like for example, if I sit there and watch like the NQ, for example, and I trade manually all day, I can usually beat a bot that's trading the same size and the same instrument during the same cycle, but I got to sit there all day and spend my entire day doing that. Meanwhile, the bot's trading 15 different things with multiple different systems, all at the same time in different accounts, and nobody can touch it. I can't beat that. I'm a very good trader. I can't even come close to that. So you can still go to trading schools, learn how to trade, take your punches the hard way and learn how to trade, because some people like it, but we're at a point now where that's not necessary anymore. So if you think you have to be a trader and have some experience to buy this, that's completely false. In fact, you being completely new and completely green is actually a benefit, because you'll listen to what we have to say and you'll follow simple, 3-step explicit instructions and get great results. So we're talking about before, if you have money already, then making 0.5% per day on average what our bots are going for, and they'll typically hit 3 or 4 out of days out of the week, out of the 5 days, and you're gonna have a nice return. But if you have $10,000 of your own money and you're trying to make a few percent, like 1% per day, it's $100. That's not enough money for most people. So you need to make that times that by at least $500,000 a day. So unless you have 6 figures or more liquid to put to work, you're going to want to use prop accounts. So if you use prop accounts, a small return, you can make 4 to even 5 figures daily if you push the limit, just taking small, safe, steady risks, just chipping away at it. The smart money takes small, safe, secure, steady bets and just inches up on a large pool of cash. Like 1% per day on $1 million is $10,000 a day. But 1% per day on $1,000 is $10, right? So what are you gonna do with that? Absolutely nothing. So the guy with $1,000 cannot play the same game as the guy with $1 million. You can't do it. So if you don't have the requisite capital to play this game in a mathematically sound way, you've got to get it. So use prop, go for the small percentage, get more prop accounts, stack that up, and you'll just get that equity curve going like this, and all of a sudden, a 0.5% return is making you several $1,000s a day, because you have enough money for a safe trade to produce a big gain in terms of dollars and cents.
And that's exactly what it is. It's a safe.
And that's where we're at now.
Right.
So we have systems that take what would have been risky. The bot is way safer than you clicking a mouse all day on your computer, because even your reaction times are in actual seconds, with the bot's in milliseconds. So no matter, even like I said, I'm a great trader. We've got great traders here at the company. You're a great trader. All of us are. We can't even touch the bots that we created. So a lot of people have this misconception that in order for them to make money trading, they have to be a trader. Like back in the day, you put your money in a hedge fund, a mutual fund, whatever. You have to tie up the money. You have no control over it, and a professional's trading it. But now we have machines that do all these things and better for you, and you have full control. So just if you don't have the cash, get it with prop accounts. So you're playing the same game. If you have your own cash, great, use it. If you don't, use prop. Do what you need to do to take the small risk and get the big return. That's all you got to do. So that's what the pros are doing, and that's what most of these companies are not telling you, the consumer. They're not telling you. They want to sell you this course this options or forex course for $3,000 and tell you you're going to come up and make millions trading 10,000 from your basement when you get home from work. That's never going to happen. That's fantasy land. So you can make the big money, but you've got to get access to the right starting amount, and you've got to take small, safe risks to get just take a small piece off the pot, and that equals a big daily return. That's what we do here.
So let me ask you this, Brian, or maybe this can go to you too, Danny, but let's just assume that someone's going to jump on board with TruTrade. Give us an idea. Let's just say the average mortgage in America today, this is probably wrong, but let's say it's $3,000. What would it take for somebody in terms of their initial investment and then a weekly investment in time to produce that in a month? I mean, what can you give us?
You mean the average mortgage payment?
Well, we're talking about using the platform and coming in with a certain amount of money. Like, what would it take? Can you give us an idea about what is possible? I understand.
Are you talking like expectations?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, like it depends. If you're trading your own, if you're trading a chart based on your own account, you set whatever you're trying to go for, like RipperX AI, RipperX One Click, stuff like that.
Right.
Those are great products, but they require you to do the risk management yourself. So they require more out of you, but you can get higher returns potentially if you have the skill set to properly fly the plane, right?
Right.
Whereas most people do not have that or the time to do it, so they use Ripper One AI, Prop Edition or the Standard Edition, trade their own cash. Either or is fine. So the bot's going for 0.5% per day, essentially, of whatever the account size is. You can go a little bit higher leverage if you're trading your own cash, but on prop it's 0.5% because of the trillion drawdown. You got to stay within that threshold. So basically, if you have 100K in prop cash, you're going for 0.5% per day. A winning days be $500, and a losing days be of a similar amount. So let's say you're winning 4 out of 5. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you make 5, so you're at 15. Thursday, you lose 5, you're at 1,000. Friday, you're at 5 again, you're at 15 for the week. So basically, with 100K in prop cash, that 3K can be generated pretty easily in 2 weeks.
There you go.
Well, you know what? Let me do the negative part of the group. Well, no, it's okay, because a lot of times, trading is trading, right? So like, Brian's, I don't know if you guys watch all our own podcasts, but we just tell it how it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You'll find out about our products no matter what they are or what they are. We're very upfront to a point where we wear everything on our sleeve.
Well, no, it's just that the truth is it is what it is, and you have to.
It is what it is.
If you play the game the right way, you're going to win.
And at the end of the day, we're extremely talented when it comes to what we do on the back end. We're really proud of what we built, and we move our own money with our own products. So sometimes be 4 out of 5 days a week. Sometimes you'll go through 4, 5, 6 days where you're on a downtrend, just like the world goes around. It's trading. You come firing back. One day will be massive, right? The key here is to be consistent, right?
Yeah. Week in and week out.
Because
month in and month
Monday you might hit it out of the park. Okay. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, some might break even, some might be down. But your big day on Monday compensated for the days that you lost. Okay, you know what? Did I make money that week? No, big deal, right? The thing that we're doing here is we always protect our downside, right? So anyone that's going to trade smaller amount of money or a large amount of money, at the end of the day, we always protect our downside first, right? So what Brian's explaining here is something that we can hit more times than not. That's what we do here. We're here to make money. We're not here just to sell software.
Right.
We're here to make money for us, for our clients. And the key is consistency and not over leveraging. So as long as you're consistent, no matter how your last week went, and as long as you're not over leveraging, you should always have a positive outcome. Yeah. You asked a question about a $3,000 mortgage. Well, that would depend on what that person was trading, right? So as long as they're not over leveraging, $3,000, you can start with, $5, $10, $15, $20,000. It depends if it's in a prop account. It depends if it's in a broker account. But everything is relative. So if your goal is to make X, then you have to make sure that you have X amount to trade. And as long as you're not over leveraging and trading consistently every day, then that's how you can calculate on specifically, what you would want to make.
Yeah.
Within limits, right?
Correct.
If we're moving $2 or $3 million into an account, and we're trading 80 or 100 lots, which is a large amount, we're not trading all day. We're trading really quick hits, and we're done for the day. We don't overtrade. Brian and I don't overtrade. We trade sometimes a few hours a day, sometimes
you just take what it gives you.
We take what it gives us.
You're not forcing it.
Not Exactly.
Right.
So like if we're trading with a $500,000 account and we just hit like a quick 40,000, 50, 60,000, we're not being a pig, sorry. And if we're not trying to be a pig, we're taking a small bite of the move.
Yeah.
We're done because we trade in high probability.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't like to take any more risks than we want to take. We don't need to over leverage. You know,
Yeah,
if we're trading at, let's say, a $100,000 account, you shouldn't be trading more than maybe 10 contracts respectively or something smaller.
It depends on what your plan of attack is,
Well,
but you
yes,
need to stay consistent with that.
Yeah, I'm generalizing, but people try to, like Brian says, swing for the fences a lot.
Sure.
And we really try to tone people down a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd actually like to touch on that for a second.
And before you do, I just want to say one thing, just to bridge these two ideas. If you're watching this, you know that this is principles-based approach to really generating wealth. Well, if you think about the two things that were just covered, which is don't over leverage and be consistent, those are principles that you can apply in a lot of other areas of life, and they're going to reward you. So I think, you know, as you're watching this, let that sink in that this is a principles-based. Yes, now Brian's going to tell you it's also mathematical, and there's other components to it. But I think this type of approach, these are clues that you can gain a lot of confidence from.
Yeah, the bottom line is that a lot of people think that this is supposed to be fun. And I want to. This is a very important topic. Is that I use Ripple AI and I made $1,800 this week on a 50K prop account, but I was bored. It wasn't fun. I want to go have fun with the money. Like this is the money business, not the fun business. Like I realize trading's fun. I enjoy it. Dan enjoys it. We wouldn't be in this business if we didn't enjoy the game. But I really want to stress that we're here to make money, not here to have fun. So. Trade responsibly, because the thing is, small risks aren't exciting. Risking 0.5%, you're not going to start sweating your keyboard and get your pulse up and lose sleep over it, or have anxiety walking the dog. The game's already over if you're rattled to that extent. Hold on, let me finish.
100%.
So this is a common problem. We have a lot of customers that are making really good money, but they're like, oh, I want more faster. Okay, well, if you want to make money faster, get more money. Get a bigger pot so that same percentage yields exponentially more. Don't raise the leverage on the existing pile. Okay?
Which is what they do.
So if you have, let's say you have $100,000, you're making $1,000 a day, and you want to make $2,000 a day, and you're risking 1% on that 100,000. Do not risk 2% so you can make 200 or 3% to make 3, because you're going to have when you hit some rough patches, you're going to rip a hole in your account. And this is really important to understand. Okay, if you have 100,000 and you lose 50, you just lost 50%. To go from 50 to 100, you have to make 100%. So it takes twice as much effort to climb out of a hole than it does to dig it in the first place. This is a really important concept you got to understand. That's why gamblers just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. It's very hard to get out. So if you want to make more money, either get more money in your cash account, or get more prop accounts or bigger prop accounts, so we don't want to go for more than 0.5% per day. Period. That's the max exposure. So raise the pool. Can get a bigger pot if you want more money. Do not take more risk with the same size trading account.
Which is why we built Ripple AI and the pro versions with multiplier based. This is exactly what we're talking about. We built that for you guys. We built that so you're not going to hurt yourself. We want our automation to work the way that we engineered it, and it's not going to work the way that we engineer it if there's constant over leveraging. So I don't know if some of you've seen our products. If not, please visit our website. But the way that we design our interface is multiplier based, okay? And every multiplier will allow you to trade a certain much of risk and will not allow you to overtrade.
Yeah. So basically, like, we engineer Ripple AI so that you don't have to have any skills at all. You don't decide what to trade, when to trade, how to trade. You just set them at a risk appropriate to the account size. But like I said, forget about trying to have fun. Just take the money and go have fun with that. Think about this when you're trading. If you're trying to turn it up to get high, to get an emotional reaction out of the trading, think about what you're doing now. You're crossing that realm from running, like when you run your other business. Let's say you have you sell cars, you have an insurance company, or you're a lawyer or something, right? Your core focus there is to do good work and get paid and grow a business. So this needs to be treated the same way. Trading, this is a serious game with serious consequences. If you treat it like a hobby, you're going to get a hobbyist outcome. So you want to make that mental shift. This is no longer a side hustle or some little game. Oh, like I have a $5,000 account and I lose everything. It's okay. I was just playing. I was just trying it out. I just want to see if it works. They have this built-in excuse already in their head. And if I'm talking to you, you know who you are. So you want to get rid of this. Yeah, you want to get rid of this. But I'm serious. Like if you
brutal honesty here at TruTrade.
This is what works, right? If you want to have fun trading, you're an adult, it's your money. If you want to do that, that's fine. But that's not what we do here. We operate to make money.
What's Brian saying is we have serious software for the professionals, non-professional, to actually give you a legitimate shot of making additional money as long as you're taking it seriously. Our products are made to take seriously. We're not a company to purchase a product and see if it works, or let's try this one out. We're far past.
You know where that mentality comes from, right? It's from getting burned repeatedly in the past by being reckless. Because bad behavior is fun. And this kind of delving into psychology here, but it's fun to be bad, but it has bad consequences.
Yeah.
Well,
hold on. So.
He's on a good one.
No, I want to hammer this point home.
Yeah, please do.
If you just can follow simple instructions, if the bots stop making money fast enough for you, get bigger accounts, get more accounts. We built Revolutionizing AI Proposition and the standard one, Trade Your Own Cash, to link up to potentially, right now we have 10 accounts per server, but you can have multiple servers. You could trade 40, 50, even 100. There's no limit to the number of accounts you could run concurrently with the software. So you can make $100 a day or $100,000 a day. Anything is possible on a big enough scale. So you can just take your profits, keep putting it back in, adding more accounts, increasing the multiplier, and keep incrementally scaling up until you're where you want to be. But do not crank the volume up to 5% risk on your account. Try to squeeze more out of that because you're too cheap to buy another prop account. I don't want to spend another $25 on another prop account or whatever. That's ridiculous, right? You're trying to make a huge amount of money and you're worried about this little monthly fee on this prop account, that prop account. Just do it the right way from the beginning. And within a couple of months, you're in excellent shape. If you try to cut corners, you know what you're doing, stop doing that and you'll be successful. And most of our customers are following instructions, but there's still some that don't do that occasionally. And then, they find out the hard way and then they do it again. So if you have to stay within those leverage guidelines and that's it. And we've engineered the software to where you can have, for example, my barber's doing a very good job with the software. He's killing it. And he doesn't even have any trade experience at all because, it's just to prove a point. Like we have people that don't even realize you can make money when prices go down. Like they're that financially illiterate and they're making money with software. So, like I said, we sat down February of 23 or whatever, and we sat down and we asked ourselves this important question. Some guys are making big money, some people are not. What is the common denominator? It's risk management. So we built the risk management into the software with a simple volume now called a multiplier. So you can say, okay, my account is X. I need to risk 0.5%. So if it's 100K, multiplier of 2. If it's 50, multiplier of 1, or whatever it is. When you're watching this video, that amount may be different, and we'll tell you what it is. When you buy the bot. And if we change it, we'll tell you. But essentially, you just adjust the risk, and the bot takes care of the rest, because that's the part that separates the winners from the losers.
It's everything.
And so, in order for the general public to actually be consistent, because if you're not consistent, you're nothing at all. Right? Like any business or anything can have a big winning day or big losing day, but you got to have if you're making money 6 months in a row and it's steadily going up, then you're successful. That's what your business should be doing. So we took the risk management component away from the consumer and reduced it down to idiot-proof, lack of a better word, volume knob, and that's all you got to do is just click that. So you can't make that mistake anymore. And as long if the money, let's say, I'm making $500 a day on average, there's going to be winning days and losing days, but you want to add it up over the course of a month. Like Dan was saying earlier, forget this whole I'm analyze performance on an hour by hour, a day by day basis. That's ridiculous. You're going to have winning days and losing days, and everything in between. You do not want to sit there. I made money today, and then I lost money tomorrow. I made money today, and your emotions are going like this. Stop it. You need to be analyzing that stuff, at the end of the month, look at your P&L, look at the end of the week. You should be up most weeks and up every month. But every day is different. Some days are going to be really good, some days are going to be bad, some days are going to be kind of in the middle. So you cannot let the day-by-day results allow you to tweak the bot and do things you shouldn't be doing.
Right.
So stay the course, run the appropriate risk, and you'll have great results.
Well, I think this is a place to leave it, guys. This is a great podcast.
Yeah.
Brian, Joel, nice to see you, man.
Great being
Nice to
together,
see you,
guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're gonna spit out a few more videos here in the next few weeks. And thanks for joining us. If you haven't already visited our website, TruTrade.io. Okay, take care,
Yep.
guys.
Thank you.